Okay, I am handing the phone kinda to Mindy. She can watch.
We're gonna get blinded first.
Down the screen. Since I had just come out from inside, and the light's not quite as bad if you're coming from inside.
It's still really bad coming in. There.
I mean, if you're inside and you've got it there, it's not.
It still hurts my eyes.
Okay. Anyway, so when people are on, or I at least want to give them a little bit of time, and then we'll go through exactly what the doctor told me.
Pretty sure it's this one.
I don't think so.
I should have one, I think. Yeah.
The one she said was hers, when she got looking at it closer, it was one of our seed catalogs that we get every year.
I mean, it could have been mine.
But we didn't turn on the light, so we stopped to get the mail, is what happened. So Sonic has a amazing deal going on right now for food, and my husband said, please, let's order it. So I think because he's tired again and doesn't feel like making food, and yeah. And at this price, it's cheaper and at the same price or cheaper than going to Wendy's. So, unless Mindy decides she wants to click on that middle button and look at the news.
This thing? Hi, can you make sure David takes Mizuki out? I just realized it was about time to take her out. Okay, thank you. Bye.
So I don't know if she wants to read what it says or just
words. It says words, Mom. Wow. Amazing words. What am I supposed to read?
What it says about the event and whatever. You could scan it and summarize it, or read it. Just read it.
Help defrost Frosty. Are you trying to kill Frosty? I don't really want to kill Frosty unless he's the flesh-eating monster Frosty. At which point I will kill him, because he's terrifying. Blah, blah, blah. From the 7th of January at 11
Pacific, which is 12 my time, 10 on the East Coast, and obviously times in between, or other times depending on where you live. Sorry. But that's when it starts.
Mom's trying to make all of you yawn.
But that's when it starts, and it goes for a week. And it sounds like it's... when I heard the shatter glass, that means the one... Or shatter ice, that's the one frozen in ice. The ones that are frozen in ice. Does it say any of the others? Or just that one?
It says help shatter ice confoundables and restore some... I really want to call it a meteorological. Yeah. Balance. Increased sightings of foundables trapped in ice, including hippogriffs and Nimbus 2000.
Okay.
Increased EXP when returning foundables. tonic for trace detection will increase your chances of rare confundables.
Okay.
And then the brain elixir will be increased to an hour.
Okay. So that's cool on the brain elixir.
Oh, my
Okay, now go back to Wizard Unite and get my hands.
Attempt to go back.
Yeah.
There we are. Shut up. I don't know what to do. Okay.
And there. And then there. Yeah. Now she's good.
Now you're gonna watch us going backwards.
So, just the ones trapped in ice, it sounds like.
Yes.
So not the one with Fred and Angelina will not be part of that. So the ones where the snow's falling, it sounds like, are not going to be included. They might change that, but it doesn't sound like that one or the one where the pixie's throwing the snowball at Hagrid will be included.
I don't know why 2 half giants are scared of pixies. They are much larger than them. They could just grab them.
Well, and Madame Maxine is a headmaster at a school of magic, and like she doesn't have these skills to
just get rid of them?
Yeah.
Does not make sense. Hello, group chat. What are you telling us?
Hagrid is another story. Hagrid I can kind of see,
Red?
because legally Hagrid is not allowed to use magic.
Munch.
He's allowed to use magic, so go figure. But so there's that. I love the fact so brain elixirs will last an hour. That means even more chance to increase things to increase your energy and whatever. Maybe a great.
Go away.
So it said the I do need you to spin 2 ends.
Spin. I
Or
will not
dine
spin them.
at 2 ends. At least 2 ends. So the one cool thing will be it sounds like the tonic for trace detection may be beneficial. It should increase the high level foundables, which it doesn't appear to be at this time. So that sounds cool, and if they keep that after the event, that would be even better, but we will see.
Dude, stop blading us.
You will get more XP for those high level foundables, and it sounds like it's all high level foundables will get that increased XP, so that's a positive. Especially if you're trying to increase your wizarding level. If you are trying to increase your wizarding level, it may be a good time to schedule sometimes to go fight in fortresses with friends. Because remember, as you're fighting with friends, you actually get... So, fighting in a fortress with someone else, anyone else, gives you increased XP over and above fighting on your own. Fighting in a fortress with friends increases that XP again from fighting with just anyone. So to get maximum XP for each tower, if you were to go in with 5 people, if you were able to schedule to go in with 5 people and drop a Barufios, you would get the most XP for those fights that you can get, especially during this event, it sounds like. So, but even without, just the fact that you have it, each of you would have an hour on Barufios, you could do, increase your level at least a decent amount, if not a lot, by doing so.
Hello, Angel.
Hi, Angel. Yeah.
Yeah, goddess Angel.
Yeah, Angel Goddess.
Whatever. Same diff.
How are you doing? So is anyone else on? Has anyone else said hi yet?
No.
Nope, just her?
Just Angel.
Well, it's been a little while, so maybe I'll go into it and then go from there. So I went to the doctor, and I was spot on the money. He's got me on antibiotics, and he says, knowing the way my body is, he's actually, and with how long I've been fighting it and everything, he is putting me on a longer dose than usually you would put someone on. So rather than 7 days, he's giving me a 10-day course of this antibiotic. So just to try and give my body time to the chance to make sure everything is gone, that there's no issues whatsoever, and hopefully give it some extra boost long enough to boost my immune system too with everything that happens during the winter every year. On top of that, he's put me on Flonase because he says we need to try and figure out how to get on top of the sicknesses, because my family gets them more than normal, but out of my family, when I get hit, I usually get hit the worst. Now, it took quite a while for me to go down this time, which was positive, but then once I went down, it totally laid me flat. And I got hit the worst, and it's lasted the longest of any of the family. Partially because it did turn into the sinus infection. So, being on the antibiotic, whatever, should help clear it up, and then clearing it up should give me more energy because I'll be able to sleep more, but also then my body won't be fighting as much. So he's having me do Flonase because he said my nasal passages are inflamed as all get out, red and sore and the works. So he wants me doing that basically as a preventative, especially with the EDS. He says it's possible that the illness started collapsing my nasal passages pretty quickly, and then it was just downhill from there. That's his thinking of what happened, why it ended up that much worse for me. And then it's just I haven't been able to get ahead of it. So his hope is that if we can open up my nasal passages more on a regular basis, we can actually end up preventing to some degree more of the sicknesses. So that's the hope. I talked to him about what to do job-wise and stuff, because that's been something that's been concerning for a little while. And he said right now he doesn't think I would qualify for disability or anything like that, just because there's no diagnosed reason for it, just it happens. And so whereas the government wants an actual diagnosis showing what's causing the issue. And the doctor's sure it's not depression or anything like that, because, and part of it is, as he's put it in the past, I have a desire to be out doing stuff. The desire's completely there. And that's one thing that is lost when you get depression. So he said it can't be depression, and it's probably not the PTSD for the same reason. The desire's there. The physical abilities are what's missing. And so we have to treat with the physical things. So he said, at least right now, until we can figure out how to increase my immune system, that I should work a part-time flexible job or not worry about working. So I am going to share that with my voc rehab counselor, and who knows where we'll go from there, but that's the new orders from him. So because he wants me able to have a job that I can stay home and recover when I need to.
Become a writer. Or a translator.
So make sure YouTube makes it.
Or become me, because I don't have the jobs I want to do aren't ones that are like straightforward. Most of them I stay at home to do. Because writers, stay at home. Translators, you can stay at home.
I will tell you right now, writing is not as simple as you can bang out book after book after book after book and be really successful.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm working on that, on writing. You know that. And then I got to find an artist and whatever else, but yeah.
Why do you have to find an artist?
Because I've asked you. Huh?
Isn't it a novel?
No, it's not a novel.
Right.
Part of it is kids' stories.
Right, I forgot. You're not doing what I'm doing. Where is my... I don't want to make people draw mine. Some of it is...
Well, even for that, you
nice.
usually need to shoot at least a couple pictures in the book.
Depends. I mean, yeah, there'll be a cover.
So, anyway. So there's that. So if anyone knows of stuff I can do from home that's more like a piece rate or data entry or stuff like that, I'd love to hear it and go from there. But so far I haven't really seen anything that pays more than 5 cents an hour, which is what Rev pays. REV. It's a transcription place.
5 cents an hour?
Yeah, because we're gonna pay you a few cents for this 5 minute. We'll pay you 15 cents or something, if that, for this 5 minute thing, but it takes you 30 minutes or more to actually do it correctly. And that's when you're going fast.
Maybe I just don't know what you're talking about, because the only place my mind is going is translators. They get
transcription.
I know, but
that's so
translators are paid by the word.
They're the ones who take the
generally.
videos and that people send in, and they actually have it. They do the closed captioning for them. The ones that aren't Google closed captioned, they're actually closed captioned.
Auto-generated.
Yes, so they aren't auto-generated. They're the other type. They're actually paid. And that's the ones that Rev does.
I only know the YouTube ones where the fans do it themselves without me.
But some YouTubers actually pay to have it done.
But only on certain languages.
No, I know some that have done English.
Interesting.
I can't remember. I'll need to look at the book in a minute. Because I may have finished it. Let's see, it was History of Magic. 1 through 4, most likely in 1. Okay, I can. So this one's the theory of numerology. Let's look at that one. Most likely in runes too. Okay, let's go in there now. So I will say people are going to want a lot of are going to want more runestone gifts, I would guess, in the coming days. I can't stay here a long time because I'm going to need to go get our dinner, but I figure I'll try and get as many gifts as I can, and then hopefully Mindy can spin as much as she can to get me gifts. But I know these gifts are going to be a little bit more in demand. This will probably be my last one. I was just seeing if I could comment or talk to send a greeting message. That's what I was after. Still not the one I was after, but I'm gonna have to go, so.
That was stupid of you, dude. Can't you recognize a profile picture?
Huh?
I'm watching Criminal Minds. This guy stabbed a gang member who's trying to threaten him to pay money to walk on the street. But he's a serial killer, and he's been doing it for 20 years. He threatened a serial killer.
I'm glad she listens to it the way she does.
What?
Caden, last night I got in the car and I was still streaming, and I said, "Hey Caden, I'm still streaming." And he was frustrated because he was watching a movie.
Yeah, well, it pisses me off when he does that, and when other people do it, unless they're on a computer or something, so why would I do it?
I'm just saying.
Particularly when it's something like Criminal Minds, where there's a lot of death involved, and I know you would get nightmares from just hearing it.
I still appreciate it. So that guy was one that will be out and about, the ministry official, during the event. So. Let's see how many gifts I have, just so I know. We have 8 gifts, and only one of them's a really good one. Oh well. Let's see who I need to send gifts to. I have at least 10 people to send gifts to. So please be sure to spin as much as you can. And you can fight if you want, but I kind of don't think you want to.
No thanks.
So we're going to head and go get our food. We did a pre-order in the app. So.
Oh, wow. He got shot. That's impressive.
Mm-hmm.
The serial killer got shot by that gay person's friend. Why has stars wrong? That's me.
Monday the kids start school. It sounds like I might try and do half noon and then half evening, and just stream when my daughter does attend school, which she's hoping is going to be more often. I think I heard from her. So, and the reason you aren't hearing as much from her is she is watching her show, so. So Momo's is open now, Mindy.
I know.
Okay. Just thought I'd mention it. Looks like I could have spent a couple more minutes fighting, but not much more, and I wasn't positive how long it would take to get here, so yeah. It was easier to just come and go from there. Okay, now let's quickly do this just so that there we Okay. Yeah.
Okay, do you guys need a cup carrier for all the drinks?
Yes, please.
Okay, I'll bring those out right now. Let's go working on that food, I'll bring you your drinks.
Okay. At least big in the way most people would think big. Around here, it's not quite as bad.
Here's these ones. I believe these two are the 2 blue raspberry ones as well.
Okay. So the blue that has nerds in is David's and Stevens. Caden got Dr. Pepper. You know what you got. Brett got I believe, cherry.
I assume it's the only red one here.
And yeah, mine's the blue one without nerds. I'm seriously too far away from the inn now, and you guys and I wasn't just a little bit ago. Go figure. Let's go see what the app says. Still says preparing. Go figure. So it is. Ah! I keep trying to go for him, and it keeps grabbing everything else. Okay, here we have Harry and Pavarti, Quidditch Keeper Run, and then we talked about those. There's the SOS bundle. Okay, Ministry Official, Hippogriff, Hufflepuff, Student, Quidditch Keeper Run, Hag, Harry and Pavarti, and Nimbus 2000. And I know, I'm trying to get the window down.
I was about
This one
to tell
has
you.
tater tots in it, and there is some signature sauce in the bottom of that one. This one has mostly sandwiches and lots of signature sauce in the bottom. And this one is sandwiches with more sauce in the bottom. Did you want your receipt?
That's okay, thank you.
Have it in it.
I was just gonna tell you the car wasn't on, so you could roll
I
down.
see. That works. You were like, Mom, you can't get your window open that way, is what you were going to say?
Yeah. And then you realized.
So. So the reason she said lots of signatures, I wanted a lot. Because we have 7 things of tater tots, 7 or 8 things of tater tots. So. And my family, all but one of us likes fry sauce. And that's their fry sauce. Okay, I'm gonna go through town so that there's things to spend. Because I missed a gift. Unlike Wizards Unite, you can collect while you're driving fast.
Unlike Wizards Unite?
Unlike Pokemon Go. She was giving me a weird look, and I didn't know if it should found something or what, and then I realized what I'd said. Oh, I also want one spin in Pokemon Go, so we may have to pull over to get that. Only because right now I think it's still giving things to the incubators for eggs. So I do have a question for Steph if she ever gets on.
Don't forget to stop at Jade's.
Oh yeah, thank you. I would have forgotten. So thank you for the reminder.
Also, did you ever talk to Dr. Carr about my meds?
I thought the kids did. Stephen did. They didn't. Okay, I will need to. Remind me when we get home and we'll email him. Okay?
Okay. Just because I've been out for like a week.
Okay. Because I didn't know. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
So I thought they had because they also went to get medicine.
I don't know what thought they did. I asked them, and Steven just kind of looked at me.
They forgot to ask on Danny too. So I did get him ask about Danny because I did get told by David they didn't ask on Danny, but my understanding was they did ask on you. So does that make sense? So we won't go all the way through town. There's one there. And then there are over by Andy's. And I think I'll go and yeah, there'll be a couple right around here. And then I think I'll turn down. I'm debating. I'll turn down here. I wasn't gonna turn down here. But I have time to react and turn down here. The light turned, so just as easy to turn when the light turns than keep trying to figure out in my mind. Hey, Steven's still there.
I don't have shoes, so I can't help.
Yeah, but I can grab his wallet too. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Before he gets home and it's cold.
Yeah.
Because if he's still here now, it may be late. Okay. I'll be right back.
Oh no.
He should have one hamburger, I believe.
I don't know which one. This one is breast because it has no pickles.
That's a chicken. That's a chicken.
I think these two are good. Because fried cheese are square.
That's a chicken. So it's in the other bag. It may be in this bag.
So I think it's
Because it says cheese.
because this one is for a tape.
Cheese, no tomato. And cheese and no tomato. This one would be his, I'm pretty sure. I can't remember who else got it. One tater tots.
Bye-bye. You guys put that on very poorly.
I got it in my hand. You have some fries.
Green.
I've got it in my hand. You have fry sauce.
I just
One.
in the very
Should be in the bottom
I
of
don't
it.
think it might have been in there.
There, I found some. Sorry for the sounds.
Crinkle, crinkle, crinkle!
And the beep and the...
And every other noise that's happening. Well, you're getting involved because you're pissing me off. Shut up! Your bloody car is stupid.
He forgot to tell us a little something.
He was going out for dinner?
Yeah. Grandma took him out to eat. So, he doesn't need it.
I want his nuts.
Okay. Before I get going, I'm just going to go after this stuff here that I need. Just because we're stopped.
Oh, really? That's amazing, Mom.
He said to put it in the fridge, though, Mindy, and he'd eat it later. But I got an extra thing of tots. So you can still have 2 tots. That a deal?
Yeah.
Come on.
Wow.
No, it didn't want to run.
Told you.
Or departed. Whatever. It was one I actually needed. But that's okay. Please for sure watch for any that are red.
Why are you tapping?
Because if you tap it and you actually would have caught it, it'll go away sooner. But I don't... Sometimes you can hit it too early and it won't. So since I don't know where that is, I tap it until either one, it shows that I didn't beat the circle, or the circle starts. You know, it starts casting the spell, at least. Or I tap it until it says I got it. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Then I can go through more faster.
Yep. That was wonderful grammar.
Huh?
That was wonderful grammar.
How would you say it?
Faster.
But I want to get through more. Faster. In other words, I want to be able to catch more and catch them in a faster time, because they will start departing too. So if you go slower, you don't get as many. So if you go slower, you get less, and you're going slower. So what's the opposite of that?
Yeah, I still don't like it.
I do get what you're saying. Usually that would not sound like, you know, it sounds like it's two competing things, or not competing, but it's the idea of the more gooder.
Mm-hmm.
But in this case, it isn't, because just, yeah.
Can you schedule my wisdom teeth tomorrow?
Yeah. Well, no, because tomorrow's Saturday.
They're not even there on Saturday.
No.
Of course they're not.
Monday through Friday, so we can call them Monday.
Okay. Person, you're not very smart.
He's in dark clothes.
At least he was semi-listening to the lights.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, he did wait for the light to turn so that he would be crossing the way you should with the light. Crossing the correct way with the light. But that's probably, and he went in the crosswalk. So that was smart. And he ran rather than walked. Probably because he is in dark clothes and it's cold out. So he made some smart decisions. But I will say being out and about in the dark, in dark clothes is, yeah. And that was not necessarily the empty part of town. Which I don't know if that's good or bad. It's a little bit less lighted part of town, but still a busy part of town. So the risk becomes if people are watching or not. Which of course is the risk in empty part of towns too, but at least you have less traffic in empty areas. So I don't remember what you needed here.
my culture stuff.
Oh, yeah. I knew it was something that was reasonable, but I couldn't remember what it was. Do I need to go after it for you, or are you going to run in?
I'll probably have to, because I know where it is, but it's hard to just tell you where it is.
Okay. Sorry.
That's fine.
Would Jade know where it is? Jade or the twins?
Maybe Ray.
But no guarantees. So still
I mean,
better
she's
for
the one
you
who
to-
put it there, but I don't know if she remembers they have it.
Okay, so still better to let you run in.
Yeah.
Okay. The other thing the doctor did say today was, my family's strange. We don't have exact reasons. We have some suspicions for things, but obviously something is running in our family with digestive and whatever, because the Zenpep's working for enough people, but there's no real reason other than the fact we have EDS and that affects
It's cold.
digestion, but it's not everyone.
It's colder than the snow. Why is that possible?
But not everyone that has EDS has these digestive issues and has it solved with Zenpep. So, but he did say it's possible that what's happening is that the ducts to deliver the amylase and lipase are hi, John. the ducts to deliver the amylase and lipase are malfunctioning and keep collapsing like we know my nasal passages do. And he thinks it might be related to that. But there's no exact reason. And so, Jen, what you missed is he says it is a sinus infection. He's put me on antibiotics actually a bit longer than normally they would, just to make sure it's done and I have time to heal and boost my immune system. I figured that. We're weird, but so the EDS covers most of it, but we aren't exactly normal for EDS either. Just the EDS does explain everything. So he's got me on antibiotics for a bit longer to make sure that we can give my immune system a little bit to get it to improve. And he's put me on Flonase twice a day for a unknown period to see if we can't try and prevent me from getting sick again, because he says my nasal passages are red and inflamed like crazy right now, and he's pretty sure that has a big deal to do with it. And then the collapsing that I have, that we know I have of my nasal passages, may have something to do with it too. And so he just said we need to try and do what we can. And then he also said that if I'm looking for a job, I need to look for a part-time flexible job, because he said he sees no way right now to be able to get on top of, to make sure that I'm not going to get sick. So but I was exactly right in what it was, and even the job thing was my suspicion. So
Perfect timing, Mom. You turned it off right as I got
you
out.
came out the door. Oops. Well, I was like, she's not out yet. I better turn off the car so we're not wasting gas. So I turn off the car and you come out.
Yeah, I was telling Ray that I grabbed it. Apparently she didn't know where it was, so it's a good thing I knew.
It is, but I kind of suspected it anyway, just because I keep getting sick so often, and it takes so long to get on top of. So until we can figure out how to prevent that, he agrees. He said that, and he's saying that partway to be able to tell Voc Rehab, hey, here's what we need to have happen, and what the focus needs to be. I can't be pushed to a full-time job because I probably won't be able to maintain it over time, so it's better to do a part-time flexible job that I could keep and get a good work history than to get a full-time job and get fired because I can't be there enough, and then try and have to find another job with that on my record. So
Hi, Goddess. I didn't say hi, so hi. I am a passenger.
He's amazing. He's been the one who's been able to, he's stayed on top of everything, probably as good or better than I've heard most family doctors do. He's been able to find care around here that a lot of people were saying was non-existent. It was actually him that did our testing to find out what type of EDS we had. So that was helpful. Lots of different stuff like that. And he's been working with Danny even now when Danny needs help. He's doing what he can to help, even though he can't prescribe stuff or different stuff like that. He's trying to work with, figure out ways to handle it.
Sorry about the squeal. I almost lost a drink.
So we picked up food. Sonic has a deal right now, $2.99 for a sandwich and tots. So the double cheeseburger, quarter pound double cheeseburger, or the chicken tender sandwich.
Most of us got chicken.
So, and if you order on app, you get half price.
That didn't work.
Half price on the drinks, and right now they have a free tater tots also on the app. So we utilized all of that. Also, I will go back over Tuesday. Is Frosty Foundables is when it starts. It does not sound like there will be tasks, but the Barufios will be good for an hour, so we really should schedule a time to go to go up, either go up and look for horned serpents, or go fight in the fortress.
It also tells you to kill Frosty.
Frosty Foundables.
Tells you to kill Frosty.
Anyway, and the Frosty Foundables are the ones where they're stuck in ice.
Yeah, it says,
shatter the ice.
It says, like, melt. I don't know. It says something to do with Frosty. Like, melt Frosty or something. What do you want, Brett? Hello.
Wondering where we're at because he's not listening or watching. Why is it I'm not getting that other in? Oh well. I can see it trying and not.
Okay.
Anyway.
We're getting out of Willow Parks.
We need to do this one.
Okay. Bye-bye.
I'm just switching over long enough
No, we know. We went to drop off food for him, and then Grandma took him out to eat. So
when we drove by, we saw his car.
yeah, we saw Gertrude when we drove past.
And so we figured we'd better drop it off, and that's when he said, I already ate.
Okay. Cool. Okay.
You can catch a Pokemon if you see one.
People, your lights are very bright.
We'll pull in here so that
That was a very short blinker, dude. At least you turned it up.
wonder what they're doing because there's not a fight here and yet they're backing up.
Well, we're gonna deal with it like that. forget that your phone is different from mine because my button, my change slide button is over here. Okay. Shut up. I won't care.
I'm going back out so you can get the pins. Make sense?
Yes. I'm gonna get myself a cardboard cup.
A what?
A cardboard cup.
Please be careful.
I tried, but it's not working.
I said the doctor says we're weird, and she said, really?
That's amazing, Mom.
So anyway, ultimate gist of it is I should be on the path to recovery now. To really fully recovering. And go from there. And yes, I already got my fortress battle, so so if you haven't opened your gift and you open it before I get home, I saved one for you, Jen. I don't remember if it was essential or extravagant, but it's one of those two.
Sounds like a good doctor to have then. Why not? Sounds like fun. It's nice that they removed the speed bumps in there. Yes, that's very nice.
Yes.
Those speed bumps annoyed me. I think they figured out that people don't listen to them. Maybe the residents complained. I would complain.
Well, I could also see it actually being more damaging than helpful, because because of how big they were. That was part of it. They were huge.
It reminds me of this thing on the malicious compliance subreddit, and this person's boss was like, get us like speed bumps, and he was like, okay, what size? I don't know, figure it out yourself. And the guy was a dick to just about everything, so he's like, okay. And his boss had a super nice car, something like a Ferrari or something, and so he got the biggest speed bumps he possibly could, and his boss decided to go and speed over them like at a high speed, and
I think
it totaled is car. And he was like, well, it was your darn fault.
I think I read that his boss was the one speeding, and there were complaints about people speeding through there, so then his boss asked him to get the speed bumps. And that's when he wouldn't say what size, he did that.
Maybe, I don't know who's speeding, I just know the boss was a dick.
Well, and that was part of it. The boss was a dick and claimed it was everyone else. But his boss was the worst offender, if that makes sense. It was the speeding. Because his boss felt he could get away with everything.
hilarious. The malicious compliance subreddit. It's so hilarious.
Well, I think what makes it hilarious is because everyone who posts there, they do it. It's always to someone who's been mean. Technically, the malicious compliance could be someone not being. It wasn't just a malicious compliance. It was a malicious compliance act of revenge.
That's basically what malicious compliance is.
Well, but malicious compliance, the real meaning of that is just complying completely, agreeing completely with something you not agree with, but doing it in a way to be mean. Does that make sense?
But in the terms that most people know it as now, because of the subreddit, it's just like doing it to people who are dicks.
Okay. We are home. I need to help carry stuff in, I know. So, I'm gonna let you go. I don't know what the it does not Mindy was too, but
It sounds fun.